I think we
Is
already...
the match starting?
We already got a match.
I think production is not switching over.
I see a Sephiroth, so that seems to be Sephiroth first as me Brawler. That is going to be M4E versus Fritos.
Yeah, so we should be fixing the overlay. The production is going to be on that ASAP, you guys. In the meantime, M4E, we see the tag, and then Fritos on the other hand. You know what I love about Fritos Me Brawler?
What?
He makes the Me Brawler look like him.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
that is so awesome.
We were talking about the other commenters, and we said Me Brawl is like the first gender-neutral character because it is Fritos. But we already
right, it is they them.
Yeah,
You're right. I'm sorry. I said he him. You know, like at the end of the day, I just love the style.
Yeah,
that is the most important thing.
It's so good to
talk
make
about
your own
style.
character.
M4E right here, just styling on his opponent. An early lead, like you said, going into this match. M4E. Playing Sephiroth, that matchup is just about as bad as it looks.
Yeah, but Me Brawler sometimes does have the wing on deck, but Me Brawler just sometimes does 80 damage. And now we are at a percentage, Sephiroth being one of the lighter characters in this game, where a up B is going to be the way to go. Sephiroth, especially with such a mediocre shield option, is perceptible to getting caught in that. But then you need to be in Sephiroth's face first, and that is such a big challenge for stubby Me Brawler.
For sure, and we're seeing that struggle right now. Fritos looking for a way in, but they're just not finding it. M4E feels like a wall here, even with the landing up air, just not getting that conversion. And look at the reversal. M4E setting up this impenetrable wall of hitboxes. Of course, the feint jump is going to help, but it's not enough, right? Like you get out of that bad situation into another one.
Yeah, it's because it's so laggy. It is going to be super punishable. The good out of B out of shield is going to send Sephiroth into the upper blast zone. No more wing. This is such a big factor for Sephiroth here. We are still at 140%, and that back air is just going to scoop Me Brawl out of there. Fritos losing their second stock. It's looking so difficult to get in on M4E, but once Fritos gets in, though, it's absurd.
I'm going to keep you out forever. And then there's the I'm going to get in eventually. And right now we're seeing that dynamic going entirely in favor of M4E. Fritos, I mean, there's not much to say. A lot of ways that they're trying to find their way in, but like outside of the chips on the shield, outside of like these stray hits with dash attacks, it's nothing that sticks, right? Like you get a burning dropkick, it doesn't stick. You get a put shot, it doesn't stick. Now wing is on deck. You get a back air. Again, it's good, right? These hits, they're important, but none of these feel like they're turning the tides in Fritos' favor. He needs to get that critical final hit before this happens.
Exactly.
And now, this is looking rough.
Yep, because now we have a Sephiroth with so many strong aerials, and if you make a mistake approaching Sephiroth, it's going to cost you a lot harder than it does without the wing. Does go for the up smash, and the up B wants the KO so bad, but M4E just staying composed, staying relaxed, doesn't even punish him that hard, knows that they can take the stock by themselves in a very casual fashion. Gets a double up air, and now we're back to neutral. But again, so much pressure coming in for M3, just staying in their position. So hard to get into.
Getting hit by the put shots. You cannot ledge fall against that big ball, but M4E quickly adapting, just getting off the ledge, and now, you know, with the wing, has a lot of mobility to get back to center. Does so. The burning dropkick does get punished. It's a little bit unsafe.
Oh, that should be free punish. Okay, the dropkick is sort of safe on shield, but Sephiroth, one of the only characters that can punish it with that forward and out of shield. But it is a good option just to close the distance if Sephiroth is not paying attention. Like, if he gives you that opening to get the side B in, it's so big. But the back air is going to secure the second stock for Fritos. And now at their last leg, 153% gets the semi-charge in, and that is going to be the stock.
You'd be surprised at how often that semi-charge works.
Yeah,
because people are like, oh, he's charging for full, let me jump, and then the ball just collides with your face.
It was kind of sneaky, though, because it looks like he was transitioning through this third stage. I threw it at the last possible moment. It's such a different time.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very nice little time mix-up by M4E, and Fritos falling for it. Fritos did bring it to last stock.
Yeah.
That's something that you cannot take away from him. However, again, in terms of control, M4E just, you know, the distance that he's playing at is making it really hard for Fritos to worm their way in.
And it's going to be a lot worse once M4E gets adjusted to the way Fritos wants to get in. But a big combo coming in already. It's going to be 33% now at the ledge, stuck in there. And we see the dash coming in to get a push. I really like these side Bs to catch the spot dodges or catch the empty landings from Fritos. Big counter there to get it out and doesn't get the spike. Big
And that is how Fritos wins this, right?
Yeah.
When M4E starts getting greedy for things like down airs, that's how Me Brawler makes their way in. And right now, that is Fritos finding the conversion. And that's that greed, right?
Yep.
Again, the up smash, you're sacrificing a lot of pressure. You're opening yourself up. You have to deal with some sort of pressure mix-up, and Fritos making great use of that. M4E now taking an early deficit. Fritos working on the second stock already.
Yeah, if you are getting caught, you just need to make sure that you are going to be caught no more than 2 times, because that's where Me Brawler shines. That should be another stock. If he doesn't air dodge, gets another opportunity to catch him out of there. Up air into the backer. So much damage going unanswered.
The story is entirely different here comparing game 1 to game 2. Fritos right now looking indomitable. Look at that. 2-stock lead in their favor this time.
Yep. They are absolutely wrecking this game. And that's honestly kind of the power of PS2 as well. Being mid-stage and having 2 platforms to just extend all these combos into an up B is immense for Me Brawler. And Sephiroth kind of struggling to keep the pace up with that. M4E needs to find more defensive answers in order to keep Fritos out. But it looks like Fritos just keeps getting in and in without any repercussion.
Not it. He was waiting for an air dodge this time because M4E did show it last time. But M4E this time not giving it to him. So nice adaptations. Nice counter adaptations from both sides. And now we're looking at a game. We got Wing Sephiroth. You know that Wing's going to be active for another 2 stocks, right? It's not going away. So, that, like, I hate to say it, but this is very possible still for M4E. We've seen it time and time again. Every Sephiroth has done this.
Yeah, and one of the weakest parts. That should not be it. Okay, one of the weakest parts.
But that one is definitely in. That is burst range 101, and not horizontally speaking. We're talking about a lot of vertical burst range. The issue with that up B there is that if you're M4E and you go for a fastball air dodge, there's very little Me Brawler can do to like beat that fastball air dodge.
You have to commit to that.
So in a lot of situations, you can fastball air dodge, and there's nothing Me Brawler can really do about that. So in a lot of ways, that shows a little bit of inexperience, in my opinion, on M4E side. However, Fritos finding their way in against Sephiroth, that is insanely skillful. I really, really enjoy that from them.
It's just like they got to know how M4E wants to wall them out and kind of adjusted very slightly to that and play so much more aggressive than in the first game. Now, we are going to switch stages, it seems. We're not going back to Pokemon Stadium. Good to see. Oh, no, we're going to go back to small battlefield. We are in a smaller stage than before, same platform layout. So we're probably going to run into the same things, but maybe M4E has figured something out in terms of his defensive options.
Isn't this a better stage for me, bro?
It is.
Okay,
In a lot of situations, it is. Yeah, gets a regrab. That's the thing you can do.
He does. Okay, so usually that up B regrab does lead to a guaranteed shield poke, but I think Me Brawler having a bit of a smaller frame lets him avoid the shield poke. So huge early start again by Fritos. They have figured something out in between game 1 and 2, and they're continuing that momentum into game 3. Right now, M4E has to find some way to fight back. Does get chip damage, but again, talking about what we talked about in game 1, right? That chip damage, it doesn't shift the tides.
Nope.
M4E has to make something bigger happen than just walling. The M4E has to gain control of the match, and control is lacking here as Fritos weasels their way in with the burning dropkick into the up smash. Just makes the Sephiroth back air whiff.
Yeah, Me Brawler has a lot of moves that kind of shift them into the Z-axis. Saibi is one of them, but down tilt as well. And you see that Sephiroth is really struggling to hit Me Brawler with it. Of course, having very thin.
Is that Z-axis?
I don't know, but down tilt, the head is basically the biggest part of the hurt box.
That is Y-axis.
Okay, sorry. My brain is fried.
Don't worry.
You can shift into that so hard with a couple of moves, and Sephiroth with the thin hitboxes can struggle with that. But I also see Fritos abusing Sephiroth's kind of bad out of shield a lot better, and another up B is going to send him into the upper blast zone.
This is so good for Me Brawler.
Yep.
Me Brawler just gets to convert every hit, but the down air finally landing for M4E. Now M4E with a bit of a respite in this third game, but will it be enough? Becker, Fritos getting the combo started. Now we're seeing Fritos, they're here for a reason, right? Fritos beating Tilde in pools, and right now about to punch a stick into top 8 with all of this momentum. If they get this game, they're gonna be one game away from getting that top 8 spot. M4E right now looking entirely lost against Me Brawler.
Yeah, that cut a lot with the up B, just barely missing it, but you are in a very low percentage, so it is fine. Just go for that. Another up B, this time surviving.
There's that air dodge we talked about, right?
They want to fish out the air dodge so they can adapt to it next time. But a thing that is really hard to get track of is I see Sephiroth with so many of these nairs landing on Meat-Brawler's shield, and Meat-Brawler having honestly one of the best out-of-shield options in the game with Nair, up smash, and up B. It's so difficult to contest him in that department. You have to keep them out, and it's so hard with Fritos in the driver's seat.
There are the clutch shots. No planking allowed.
Yep.
Oh, the Shadow Flare just barely saving M4E's behind there. But M4E right now, I like how in control they're looking, but a little bit too committal there. I love what M4E was putting on the table, right?
Yeah.
He was standing still.
Yeah.
He was waiting for Fritos to commit first.
Yeah.
But then when Fritos was like, all right, then I will stand still as well, M4E was the first one to crack, and that is going to be a huge swing. Again, going from a dominating game one in M4E's favor, now Fritos on the verge of getting into top 8.
Yeah, and again, all of that last situation because of a greedy option on shield from M4E.
Yeah.
And that is, like, of course, there's a lot of stuff to take in with Meat-Brawler. There's a lot of stuff, but getting used to that potential kill option out of shield it seems super hard for M4E right now. That's such a big factor for them. And I was going to say something in the first game, and I really haven't seen it that much, is that usually the way to keep Meat-Brawler out is to keep them off stage or at the ledge. That's kind of the point where they really struggle, especially since Fritos uses the burning dropkick and not the suplex. So your options out of the corner are a lot more limited than with the suplex. But you need to get them off stage first and kind of keep them there. But it seems so hard with Fritos running around so freely as we go to Smashville. Another small stage. Interesting.
Yep, another small stage, but this one with a little bit more of an advantageous platform layout for M4E. The feint jump gets punished by the Shadow Flares. M4E now getting that offstage pressure that we were talking about, but the final few hits of that Threpper, such a huge hitbox to establish. The Giga Flare comes out, catches the feint jump, nice damage, and nice follow-up. M4E looking like an entirely different person here in Game 4.
Again, focusing on an offstage interaction. They're getting the stock for that. Now we have Sephiroth in the corner. Meat-Brawler looking for the option, but Fritos not finding it. Gets back to the center stage. And spot dodging it just to bait something out from Sephiroth, but M3 just patiently sitting in that shield. Doesn't want to do anything stupid against Meat-Brawler. And his platform layout is better for Sephiroth, but it's still very hard because anywhere on the stage you can still convert into the platform and get another upper in. But it seems to be that M3 is getting a lot better at keeping Brawler out.
M4E finding that spot dodge, and that's a huge part of M4E's game plan here. It's not just about walling Meat-Brawler, it's about punishing how Meat-Brawler gets around the walling, right?
Yeah.
And what we see from Fritos is that they use a lot of shield, right? And M4E finally finding a little bit more of those grabs that he needs to punish the approaches, because walling is kind of like layer 1, right?
Yeah.
And as we can see, the walling is not working. In fact, Fritos finding their way through the wall and getting a KO of their own. Meanwhile, M4E, right? Like, he's not adjusting to the way that Fritos is getting around the walls. And that is what I really want to see for M4E, is that next layer of adaptation, the next layer of strategy.
To be fair, he wasn't really expecting the side B, I think. It's such
That's the issue.
It's so
It's been established before.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But it's still like, it's such... You have to keep it in mind, and it makes the potential threat of Brawler across stage so big.
True.
But now again, we see Brawler in the driver's seat. Fritos wants to get big damage going. No, the down air going to be in trouble with the up tilt. Okay, good mash on the ground.
Yeah, that could have been curtains.
For sure.
Fritos,
Yeah.
A little bit greedy on the pummels. Maybe he needed it, or they needed to get the final KO. And for E now, setting up pressure again, tries to go for the neutral B charge trick. Burning dropkick gets whiffed.
And now we are back with Fritos in the center stage, and Sephiroth in a position where he needs to defend himself, just slowly but surely drifting through the shot put. And now, again, bad position here. Gets the up B, but Smashville having a higher ceiling than PS2 is going to get him out of there, and a forward tilt is going to scoop him out.
The way Fritos has brought this game back is absolutely insane. I enjoy what they're putting on the table a lot. Look at the damage on M4E. He is one hit away from dying.
Yeah, again, I'll be out of shield. I don't know if it will kill at this point,
there,
but the up smash,
one hit away. One hit away. Fritos now evening this up. And let's keep in mind, Fritos one game away from punching their ticket into top 8. We're almost there.
We are almost there. We are seeing the final resistance
from
M4E, but gets the jump read with the forward air.
Corner pressure, the down air gets used. M4E does like to wait on the platform, the up tilt, the up air, the re-grab, the down throw, the up B is gonna do it. Doritos, Cheetos, and Fritos, they're gonna be in top